Namaste, beautiful people. This is Sylvia Mordini, the founder of Alchemy of Yoga, and this is your Yoga Sutras Jam, Chapter 1, Verse 8. We are here trying to focus upon this next chapter that really talks about what is perception and how you define perception. Is it comprehension? Is it understanding? What does that mean? So I'll share with you a couple of the formal translations. Incorrect perception is based on false information and on perception of what is not the true form. The second translation, misunderstanding comes when perception is unclear or tinted. So I just want you to think about a situation where you had a misunderstanding with someone, and where did that come from? Was it based upon the fact that you perceived something about that person or about a situation that they perceived differently, or that actually was different than what your perception was? Or what you thought had happened wasn't really the case of what had happened? So what level of comprehension did you have about the situation or about this person and what they were trying to express? And were you taking what they were expressing for its face value, or were you applying some sort of past conditioning based upon your comprehension of other things that were similar that had happened to you? So where was this perception of this knowledge coming from? It could come from the past. It could come from situations that we've grown to understand based in cultural conditioning, societal conditioning, and family of origin conditioning. So then there's also the situations that we perceive because that's the only way that we've always perceived it, and we've never stopped to wonder, is this real? And am I really comprehending what's happening here, or is it just a story? And so many times we get caught up in the stories. And so before somebody further explains something, we're already thinking ahead in a story about what they're going to say or why they're going to say it. And so then misunderstanding results because of that. So I want you to really think about the situation that's come to mind about this misunderstanding, whether it was about an email, about something someone said, something that they posted online, and really drop into your heart and ask yourself truly, can you believe everything that you think? Can you really take for face value everything in its first initial form that comes up as a thought in your mind? Or can you take the pause, take a big breath in, hold the breath in, retain the breath for a moment, and then exhale nice and slow. And now hold the breath out. And now, how would you respond? Because at the end of the day, so many misunderstandings could be prevented if instead of reacting, we would learn how to take the pause, check in, and then respond. Am I really comprehending what's happening right now? Or is my mind caught up in a story? And whether you're 10 years old and we're making things up about, oh, people don't like us, so there's nowhere to sit at lunch, or whether you're 25 years old or 35 or 45 or 55 years old, there's so many times that misunderstandings occur because one, we make assumptions, and two, we take things personally. All of the work of the 4 agreements. So in the antidote to this particular chapter in verse 1.8, I love to apply the 4 agreements, and that's preventing a lot of further misunderstandings. So think about it. Next time you have a situation, take the pause and then ask yourself and check into your heart, am I making assumptions? And then check into your heart even more deeply. because of this situation or what someone is doing or not doing, am I taking it personally? And most of that will dissolve the potential misunderstandings that you would have just by doing those two things. So I hope that this has been of help, because it really would be a more wonderful world if we would avoid misunderstandings. There's so much time lost and energy lost, and it's really not necessary when we could just check in. And that's what the sutra is trying to tell us. Like, your perceptions can be murky, they can be clouded, and as a result, if they're unclear, then misunderstanding is going to take place. And the problem wasn't the situation, it was our perception of the situation or the person or the thing. So let's try to take that pause. Practice today 5 deep breaths, and at the end of the exhalations, pause and hold the breath out. Or at the top of the inhalations, pause and hold the breath in. And just see if you can teach yourself how to respond and just retain, be with what is, and say to yourself, this is just information. And then respond mindfully. From my heart to your heart, to the heart of the universe. Namaste. Peace out, everybody. Happy day.